We are back. We are back. We are back. And you are back. And welcome back. And welcome back to Nicole. Nicole, welcome back. Welcome back. What? Welcome back. I don't know. Welcome back. Hey, give me that cake. Welcome back. All right.
New. Young you have
We
7
are
up. Scout
going
call.
to.
Practice of manage stat. Manage roster. Play season game is select. Manage roster. Manage stat. Practice available. Scout college players is selected. Practice available is selected. Entering. Practice type pop up. Please select. Offense only. Normal.
Oh, I don't want to do
Kick
it. I want
off.
to sim.
Offense only.
Oh, this is how
Kick
you
off.
practice
Normal.
all this crap. I don't want to do that.
Entering weeks. Entering Scout college players is practice available is manage staff is selected. Manage roster is play season game is selected. Young you have 4 options.
Do. Play.
Play offense only. Play full game.
Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to make the game a little longer.
Advance week is selected.
I gotta go
New
to
tops
options,
reactions.
I think.
League enter stats ampersand X factor database. League transactions.
R1.
Options franchise settings.
There we go.
Options you have 3 options. League settings is XP sliders. Gunplay sliders. League settings.
This is it.
Entering career. Game style option is skilled level option is set to rookie. Game
Well, that's
style
what that's
option
on.
is set to arcade. Skilled level option is set
Should've
to
been on.
pro.
Alright.
Game style option is set to arcade. League
There we
type
go.
option is set to all.
Alright. League type
Instant
option.
starter option is set to on. Trade deadline trade type option is set to enable all. Coach firing option is set to CPU. Salary cap superstar ability edit. Relocation set. Staff talent. Injury option. Pre-existing injury. Practice squad. Career clock op. Progressive fatigue. Practice injury. Play call cooldown. Play call limit. Prospect store. Full on field. Minimum roster. In-season player move. Player overcut rest. Off-season player. Breakout scenario. Development trait.
Where?
Desired X. Desired suit. Desired quarter. Accelerate.
Oh, quarter
Quarter
length.
length option is set to 5 minutes. Quarter length
Let me go
option is
6.
set to 6 minutes.
Ooh, 6 minutes. Yeah.
Quarter length
7.
option is set to 7
Half.
minutes.
That's still half. Yeah, that's cool.
Accelerated clock option is minimum play clock time option is set to 20.
Yeah. That at 20.
Season experience option is set to customized. Weekly
Alright.
training option is set to auto. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen franchise settings. League and news reaction. Top stories. Top stories. Week 10 brings Jacksonville to Kansas City. Entering. Warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to quit franchise mode? No. Reactions. League entering. League history. League transaction. News reaction. Top stories. Options franchise setting. Demand release
Why
is
is
news. Young you have option.
oh
Young you have 7. Scout college. Practice. Manage rock. Play season game is select. Young you have
here
4
we go.
options.
Alright.
Play fence. Play full game.
Play full game.
Entering. Team select screen. The Los Angeles Rams. Ready.
Hmm.
It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see Cam Akers. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Rams and the Cards, just ahead on
Rams and the
EA
Cards.
Sports.
Hey, that's why I named the video Rams Cards.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10 and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here.
Well, down on the field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week, Charles. All the work, all the preparation over the past week, it all leads up to these next 4 quarters.
It's suspenseful now, Brandon, but once that ball is kicked, that thought will go out the window. From then on, it's just time to execute and fight for a win.
Entering play call screen.
All right.
Kickoff middle. Kickoff left. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Off left. All right. See if we can start them out behind the 25 at least. Nope. I messed up
The
already.
shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Yep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss. Okay, and he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Spread.
They begin the drive with Williams. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Coach suggestions. There. Cover 1 hole. Over storm break.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And right away, he lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Man, SS Blitz 0.
Safety blitz.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now Murray. He'll drop this down to Williams.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decided whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away.
Back deep, Brandon Powell.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 15.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there. And just as he did last season when he captured his 1st and the Rams' 2nd Super Bowl title.
A seasoned veteran, we're seeing more chapters being added in Stafford's decorated career. Secured a Super Bowl ring, remains a respected leader, and his stats, they're better than ever. Now we just continue to watch him climb the ranks of the NFL's all-time passing leaders.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
Nice, ahead of the chains.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll do a nice job here just to
Entering
fight his way
play
back to the
call.
line
Coach
of scrimmage.
suggests a post goal inside
J.J.
zone.
Watt, the one that gets him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Going right back to Akers. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Yep.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Entering play call. Coach suggestion. Shock H option. Zone fake jet.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
All right, J.J.
Rams
Watt.
HB dive. Rams option.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Cross button. Triangle
A shotgun
button.
snap for
one
Stafford.
button.
And that
Come
nearly an
on.
interception
Entering
here
play
on
call.
this
Coach
opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So, CD, look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Inside
I
and
think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Oh, you're not nowhere close.
Entering play call. Punt. Punt.
All right, we punting it.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Greg Dortch back deep. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital. Extremely important because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 1 hole. Saw blitz 1. Cover 3 sky. Saw blitz 1.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Murray's going to keep it again. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepares all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Cover 6 invert.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Picked the wrong damn play.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 cover 2 man. Cover 1 LB blitz.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Spread.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Silver shoe pinch.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Murray now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Entering play call.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, the return is Powell. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Entering play call. Option is set. Option is set to coach cross. Inside zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball and put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
We're scoreless after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Dub, zone split WK, dub, zone fig jet.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Hopefully.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8. Cross drag. AHP zone WK.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Shock H option.
Officially
Inside
no
zone.
gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Cardinals' 37-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Coach suggestion.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Cross button. Cross
Throwing
button.
on third down,
Cross button.
Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are field goal 46 yards.
46-yard field goal. Let's try it.
4th down, and we go from one mat to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And now they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect.
Everybody's down in control. Let's just make plays, man.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Entering play call. Recent plays. There are personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. There are Hail Mary.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception.
Options. Kickoff left is selected.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Rams and Cardinals, they met 3 times a season ago. They each won in the other's building in the regular season. The Cardinals 37-20 in Week 4, and the Rams in Week 14 on Monday night would win it 30-23. And then, of course, they would also meet in the first ever Monday night wild card game, the final game of the first Super Wild Card weekend. And the Rams kicked off their title run with a 34-11 win at SoFi. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Murray now. It's complete to Williams. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Return left. Return middle.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away.
Man, this is a scoreless game.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
No.
Entering play call, play type. There are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories.
Right,
Enter in call to now. Challenge. Super sim is stats. Coaching. Option. Coaching. Pop-up menu. You have medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. 2 rows, 4 columns. Left filter Rams. Right filter all player names. E. Garrett. Position lobe. Injury type ankle sprain.
Hi, sprained ankle.
Injury length 1 quarter.
For a sprained ankle, is only 1 quarter? Shoot.
Injury
I sprained my
position
ankle.
lobe.
Wouldn't be wanting to play
Entering
no
franchise
football.
screen. You entering play call. Hail Mary. There are 6 categories. Play type. There are 8 categories. Run. FD run. There are 7. Draw. Out. Pitch. Outside. Inside handoff.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Shotgun pass. Standard pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick spacing.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Triangle button.
Stafford now to
Cross
throw.
button.
That's into the hands of Jacob Harris.
Entering play call.
It'll go down as a gain of 6,
categories.
and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Stick spacing is selected. Special. Pass.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Entering play call.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Rams, T attack. Bench. Y seam. Cross button. Cross button.
Stafford on 3rd
Triangle
down.
button.
And that ball incomplete,
Entering
nearly
play
intercepted.
call. Coach suggestions.
Took a chance with that
Punt.
one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football. Well, we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
Entering play call.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this first half is not going according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Here's Powell on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cam Akers in the Rams offense ready to go back to work. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Oh, come on.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected, but sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to, so sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8. Punt. Punt.
Don't want to punt. Punt and then. Yeah, punt. I'm pretty close.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Murray. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
They're trying to move down the field all of a sudden.
Entering play call. Cover 6. Cover 6.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive in midfield.
Goal post. Shot save block. Punt land. There are 8. Coach suggestions. Shots. Goal post.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Circle button. Triangle
The
button.
final shot before
Circle
the
button.
break. Stafford.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory.
Seahawks.
Drew Lock, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. Michael Pittman, a touchdown catch in that first half. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
So they didn't throw that
Both
much.
these teams, no
Entering
doubt, making their
monthly
final
adjustments,
halftime
screen run
adjustments
inside
as we
selected.
speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it
Run
back out to
throw
Brandon
it short,
Godden
throw
and
it
Charles
midi- Throw it
Davis.
deep. Throw it medium. Throw it, run out, run inside.
Say run inside.
Defend outside run.
And then
Defend medium pass.
Defender medium pass.
Okay,
Entering
Coach, yeah,
play call,
adjustments
special
likely going to
teams,
play a
you have
big
6
role in this
return
third
left,
quarter in what's been a
return
tight
left.
contest so far. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So here are the Rams to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they got the
Entering
lead
play
here in this
call,
one as
coach
well, trying to make it 9 in a
suggestions. There are
row.
8 categories. You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected. Post scroll. AHB stretch.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Cross button. Cross button.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. Post scroll. AHB stretch.
All right, had to call quick timeout. Could have pressed pause, I guess. But.
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Entering play call. Cross track.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Triangle button.
Here's Stafford.
Circle button.
And this will be incomplete.
Entering
Physical
play
play on the
call.
football
Post
there
play
at second
grab.
down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50
Circle
balls.
button.
They've got to go up with the
R1
defender
button.
and find a way to
Triangle
start coming
button.
down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Got him.
He'll get
Entering
only 3
play
there,
call,
so it
coach
leaves him with a 3rd and
suggestions.
7
There are 8
ahead.
That might
categories
feel
with
like a little bit of a
predictions.
lost
HP
opportunity there for the
selected.
offense because the defense
HP
brought pressure
slips,
that time.
HP
And
withdraw.
sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a
Cross
short
button.
gain.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Brought down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Shotgun pass. Snagsy spot. DWR option. Option Y out. Option Y out. Square button. Triangle
They snap
button.
it to
Square
Stafford.
button.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Entering play call, shotgun pass. Play type, there are 8 categories. Personnel, play type, there are 8 categories. Personnel, there are 8. Coach suggestions, there are 8. DW, AHP zone WK.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, DWR, zone jet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Then inside zones click.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Entering play call.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run this with Akers. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Bench, inside zone split.
They'll run here with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. Padicam.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Damn.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
That'll give them 8
Entering
that
play
time,
call,
and it'll be second and a couple.
There are 6
They'd love to just strike
categories.
back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. And that one off the mark
Entering
behind him.
call,
Incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he
Entering
transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Seam flat.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cover 1, Robert.
Back now here on EA Sports.
Cover 4 quarters.
It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Spread.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 146 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's Akers. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line.
Again, it'll be Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with the touchdown.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
There are 6 categories. Cover 2 man, cover 4 drop.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of
Entering
scrimmage and
play
then
call.
slides to a
Coach
hole.
suggestions.
He'll
There are
wind up
6
getting 4 there on
categories.
his own, but it will
Cover
leave
one
him now
rubbish.
with a third
Foot
down
stand 3.
situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And down he goes, but he takes it up
Entering
to the
play
40.
call. Coach suggestion.
Murray to Moore
Cover
for the
2
Cardinal
man.
first.
Cover
You
4
cannot
drop.
write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a nice play defensively on
Entering
first
play
down
call.
as this is knocked
Cover 2
away
man.
and
Cover 4
incomplete.
drop.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Screen play set up for Williams.
He got
And he'll
it.
be brought down just shy of midfield
Entering
at the
play call.
49-yard
Coach
line.
suggestions.
9
There are 6
yards, not
cover
quite
1
enough, and they'll be
Silver
left now
sheep
with 3rd and 1.
And that doesn't have to
Cover
gain
3
big
scheme.
yardage to be an
Silver
impactful play
sheep
because
pitch.
if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit
Spread.
with a screen,
Spread.
maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown.
Entering
And he's
play
going to
call.
have a
Coach
Cardinals first down
suggestions.
as they're able to
Cover 2
convert by
man.
plenty there on
Cover 4
3rd and
drop.
1.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
We'll take it.
And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable
Entering play
4th quarter
call.
lead.
Coach suggestion. 26 inside zone.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. 160 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit,
Entering
Brandon,
play
because right now,
26
I could be in that huddle with that
Inside zone.
offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's
Entering
Rams
play
football
call.
here as we
Coach
get you reset.
suggestions. There
And
are
no
8
doubt what they're
categories.
looking
You
to
have
do is
30
just salt
options.
away the
Inside
final
zone
couple of
selected.
minutes and escape with a win.
Inside zone.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Going right back to Akers. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game of the
Entering
offensive
play
line.
call.
Yeah, I was just
Coach
going to say the
suggestions.
offensive line,
There are
yes,
8
carrying the ball has
zone.
been key, but
Inside
those
zone.
guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run here with Akers. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Entering play call. Zone fake jet. Inside zone.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for L.A., the train just keeps rolling, 9-0 now to start this campaign.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.
All right, folks. That was Madden. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you guys a little bit later. Peace.